I loved my husband. But I never imagined that the man he trusted most tried to kiss me. Every look, every forbidden touch left me speechless, and you'll feel every emotion with me. Subscribe to the channel now and don't miss a single episode of this dangerous romance. I never thought I'd find myself falling for my husband's best friend, yet here I was. He'd always been around, someone I trusted completely, and suddenly, he had my heart racing. Just the brush of his hand sent chills down my spine. Every little smile carried something I couldn't resist, something dangerous. In that moment, I knew my life would never be the same. My body betrayed me before my mind could even catch up. Guilt whispered, telling me to step back, but desire was louder, impossible to ignore. He leaned closer, filling the space around us with a tension I couldn't escape. The world outside disappeared, leaving only him, me, and the undeniable pull between us. I wanted to run, but every part of me begged to stay. Then it happened, a quick, almost accidental kiss that shook me to the core. Heat spread through me, my legs trembling and my thoughts scattering. Every inch of contact sparked a fire I couldn't control. I tried to pull away, but his hand held mine, firm, like it was saying, "This isn't over." It was thrilling, and terrifying all at once. My mind screamed at me to remember my marriage, my vows, the trust I'd broken. But my heart didn't care. Every glance, every touch, defied all sense of right and wrong. The tension between us tightened like a rope around my chest, leaving me breathless. Each word he spoke held hidden meaning, each smile dared me to step closer. I was completely lost in it, and I loved every second. Even when I finally stepped back, my body still burned from his touch. That kiss was only the beginning, secrets and desire swirling dangerously between us. No one knew, and no one could guess, but my life had already shifted. Every heartbeat felt like it could give everything away. And I knew the worst was yet to come. He called me that night, and my heart skipped a beat before I even answered. His voice was low, intense, full of promise and danger. Every word sent shivers down my spine, making it impossible to think clearly. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't resist the pull between us. And then he said something that left me breathless. We met in a quiet corner where no one could see us. His touch was electric, every gesture stealing my breath. My body ached for him, my mind screamed to run. The danger only made the desire stronger, impossible to fight. Then he whispered something that turned my world upside down. "We can't let anyone find out," he murmured, his hand holding mine tightly. My heart raced faster, knowing how close we were to disaster. Every glance, every touch, seemed to push us over the edge. Guilt tried to claw its way in, but desire drowned it out. A shadow moving nearby froze us in place. The tension was unbearable. Every step, every movement, every quiet breath felt loaded with risk. I knew my husband trusted him completely, and that trust made everything more dangerous. But desire had taken over, consuming every thought and feeling. And then a message on my phone threatened to expose everything. My body trembled, my mind spun, and I realized we were on the brink of losing everything. Secrets and emotions collided, trapping us in a dangerous game. Every choice felt like it could change our lives forever. Desire and danger burned brighter than ever, impossible to ignore. And I had no idea what would happen in the next meeting. He walked into the room like nothing had happened, but I could feel the change in the air. Every gesture, every smile, carried hidden desire and danger. My heart raced, remembering the forbidden kiss from the night before. I tried to act normal, but the tension was impossible to hide. And then I noticed someone watching us from the shadows. My husband's best friend had never seemed so dangerous and irresistible at the same time. Every word he spoke made me lose control a little more. My body responded before my mind could even think, ignoring all warnings. We were playing with fire, and I knew it. A suspicious glance from across the room froze me completely. He leaned closer and whispered something in my ear, just for me. My heart skipped a beat, my legs weak, my mind in chaos. Every touch was forbidden, every gesture charged with intensity. Guilt tried to take over, but desire had the upper hand. And just then, a notification on my husband's phone changed everything. I had to get out before anyone noticed, but each step felt like a risk. The fear and excitement twisted together, creating a tension I couldn't escape. I couldn't let our secret be discovered, yet the attraction pulled me closer. Each moment was a dangerous thrill, a test of control. And when he grabbed my hand again, I knew we were about to lose control completely. The secret between us was becoming impossible to hide. Every glance, every touch, every breath pushed us closer to disaster. The tension was electric, almost unbearable, consuming every thought. I knew a choice had to be made soon, but it wasn't yet time. And I had no idea what awaited us in the next encounter. We met again, this time under the excuse of something innocent, something casual. But the moment our eyes locked, the air grew heavy with desire and danger. My heart pounded in my chest, torn between fear and longing. I knew I should leave, but my body betrayed me. And then he closed the door behind us, shutting out the world. His presence was overwhelming, his nearness intoxicating. Every second felt stolen, every breath forbidden. He looked at me as if I were the only person alive, and that gaze burned deeper than I could handle. I wanted to run, yet I couldn't move. When his hand brushed mine, my resolve shattered completely. He whispered my name, slowly, like a secret he had been holding for too long. My skin prickled, my blood rushed, and guilt screamed inside me. I thought of my husband, of the trust we were breaking, but the thought vanished under the weight of his touch. And then, someone knocked on the door. My heart nearly exploded from my chest. The fear of being caught made my knees weak, my breathing shallow. Every sound outside felt amplified, every second stretched endlessly. I prayed they would leave, that the knock was just coincidence. But then a voice called my name, sharp and suspicious. In that moment, I realized we were walking on the edge of disaster. One wrong move, one slip, and everything would come crashing down. Desire pulled me closer, fear pushed me away, and I was trapped in the middle. The secret was growing heavier, harder to carry. And I knew the next step would change everything forever. He showed up at my house without warning, and my heart skipped a beat. Every step he took felt loaded with promise and danger I couldn't resist. The air between us was electric, thick with something forbidden. I knew crossing this line could destroy everything, but I couldn't stop myself. And then he leaned in, and I felt everything shift. His fingers brushed mine, sending sparks through me that I couldn't control. Fear and excitement tangled together, making every second unbearable. I tried to think clearly, but desire ruled every thought. Every movement brought us closer to a risk we couldn't undo. Then he whispered something that stole my breath entirely. Time seemed to stand still as we stared at each other, needing no words. Guilt and passion collided, making it impossible to act logically. Each touch, each look, was a step closer to disaster. I knew control was slipping, yet I couldn't pull away. And a sudden noise made us freeze, hearts pounding in unison. My husband had arrived earlier than expected, and panic shot through me. The adrenaline mixed with desire, making every gesture and glance a dangerous gamble. He held my hand tightly, silently offering reassurance. My body responded, but my mind screamed to flee. And as I felt someone's eyes on us, I knew we were exposed. The danger was real, yet desire burned brighter than ever. Secrets and risk tangled with every heartbeat, holding us captive. Each choice seemed impossible, each glance loaded with consequence. I knew we were teetering on the edge of disaster. And I had no idea how we'd survive the next encounter. That night, I got a message that made my heart stop. Someone knew about us, someone who could destroy everything. Panic and desire twisted inside me, making it impossible to think straight. Every movement, every look, carried a risk I couldn't ignore. And I realized we were about to be exposed. He tried to calm me, holding my hand with quiet reassurance. But adrenaline burned through me, every nerve on edge. I knew one wrong move could ruin everything in an instant. Desire still pulled me closer, stronger than any fear. Then a sudden sound at the door froze us both. My husband appeared, earlier than I expected, looking around suspiciously. Every gesture between us felt amplified by the threat of discovery. My body responded to him anyway, caught between longing and guilt. The tension was suffocating, wrapping around us like a trap. And I knew that our secret was closer than ever to being revealed. He held my hand, whispering just for me, a lifeline in the chaos. Desire and fear collided, making it impossible to act logically. The danger outside seemed to vanish, leaving only the pull between us. Every second felt like a choice between survival and surrender. Then my phone buzzed with a message that could ruin everything. I trembled, caught in the storm of fear, passion, and guilt. Secrets threatened to crush us, emotions were at their peak. Each heartbeat carried the risk of being discovered. Desire and danger were intertwined, impossible to separate. And I had no idea what awaited us at the next meeting. He showed up at my workplace unexpectedly, and my heart started racing instantly. Every step he took seemed dangerous yet irresistible, and I couldn't look away. I knew we were heading somewhere we couldn't undo. The tension between us was suffocating, mixing fear and desire in every glance. Then he made a request that could destroy everything. "Meet me somewhere private," he whispered, his eyes intense and unreadable. My body betrayed me, trembling at his touch, ignoring all my doubts. Every second we spent together was a risk we couldn't afford. Guilt tried to take over, but desire had already claimed me. And one wrong step could expose us in an instant. We decided to meet at night, somewhere hidden and quiet. Darkness seemed to protect us, yet it amplified the thrill of danger. Each touch was electric, each look a silent promise of what we couldn't have. I felt like we were teetering on the edge of losing everything. Then I heard someone approaching, and time seemed to stop. Fear froze us, but desire still pulsed between us like a live wire. My heart pounded, torn between running and giving in. Every move felt like walking on a knife's edge, every gesture could reveal us. The world disappeared around us, leaving only tension and temptation. And the shadow moved closer, threatening to catch us red-handed. The risk was real, more real than ever, and I couldn't ignore it. Secrets, desire, and danger twisted together, holding us captive. Every glance and every touch pushed us closer to disaster. I knew a choice was coming, but the moment wasn't right yet. And I had no idea what awaited us in the next encounter. He found me again, this time in a quiet, secluded place. My heart raced, knowing every second with him was dangerous and forbidden. Desire between us burned hotter than ever, impossible to ignore. I tried to think clearly, but every touch, every glance made that impossible. And then a sudden sound froze us both in place. My body reacted before my mind could, trembling from both fear and excitement. He held my hand tightly, whispering that everything was under control. Each touch sparked electricity, each look held a secret we couldn't share. I knew we were playing with fire, risking everything we had. And then someone appeared unexpectedly, threatening to reveal us. My heart pounded, adrenaline consuming every fiber of my being. I needed to act fast, but desire held me in place. Tension twisted around us, making each second feel unbearable. I couldn't let our secret slip, yet I couldn't resist him. And when he tried to protect me, an even bigger secret came to light. I realized we couldn't keep hiding our feelings forever. Every moment together increased the danger, yet desire only grew stronger. The world seemed to disappear, leaving only the intensity between us. I knew we were about to cross lines that couldn't be undone. And then my phone buzzed with a message that threw everything into chaos. Secrets, danger, and desire collided in a storm I couldn't escape. Every glance, every touch, every heartbeat was a step closer to disaster. I knew we were at the edge of losing everything we had. Desire and risk burned together, impossible to separate. And I had no idea what the next encounter would bring. The tension couldn't have been higher. My husband was about to discover something. Every gesture between us carried risk, every glance a forbidden promise. My heart raced, torn between fear, guilt, and an impossible desire. He held my hand tightly, silently telling me it would be okay. And then I heard a sound that made my blood run cold. My body reacted instantly, trembling from adrenaline and longing. His presence was as dangerous as it was irresistible, pulling me closer. Each second felt like a test, each movement a gamble with disaster. Guilt tried to reclaim me, but desire had already taken control. And when he leaned in to kiss me, someone stepped into the room. Shock hit me like a wave. We were about to be caught. My husband entered, his eyes sharp and suspicious, but he didn't speak yet. Everything else faded around us, leaving only fear, tension, and forbidden attraction. Every gesture now carried the weight of exposure. And I knew nothing would ever be the same. Fear and longing collided, making it almost impossible to breathe. I had to decide whether to run or face the consequences. His hand on mine was both a comfort and a temptation I couldn't resist. Every glance was electric, every touch a risk we couldn't undo. And then an unexpected message on my phone promised to change everything. Our secret was on the verge of exploding, emotions at their peak. Every heartbeat, every touch, every glance carried the weight of disaster. I knew control was slipping, and the stakes were higher than ever. Desire and danger burned together, impossible to separate. And I had no idea how we would survive the final chapter. The moment of truth had finally arrived, everything was about to explode. My husband was suspicious, the air thick with tension and danger. I stood there with his best friend, trying to keep calm, though my heart raced uncontrollably. Every glance, every movement was loaded with forbidden desire. And then he said something that changed everything in an instant. "We can't keep doing this," he whispered, voice low and intense. My heart skipped a beat, torn between longing, fear, and the impossible. Every second felt like it could push us over the edge. Guilt and passion collided, leaving me dizzy and breathless. And then my husband stepped into the room, ready to confront the truth. Shock froze the room, silence was deafening. My body trembled, every gesture amplified by fear and desire. Secrets, lies, and forbidden attraction were about to explode. Every look carried tension, every movement threatened revelation. And when he finally spoke, the truth hit like a storm. My husband had discovered everything, but his reaction was unexpected. Instead of anger, there was shock, a pause, and a question that changed everything. His best friend seemed just as worried, guilt heavy in the air. Desire and tension still lingered, but a new reality had formed around us. And in that moment, I realized nothing would ever be the same, yet hope remained. The secret was out, tension peaked, and emotions ran wild. Passion and temptation had the power to destroy, but also to reveal hidden truths. The forbidden love had ended, but it left lessons about choices, trust, and consequences. Every touch, every stolen moment became a memory I couldn't forget. And I finally understood, sometimes, the biggest secrets are the ones we keep from ourselves. This story shows how desire, secrets, and passion can change everything in an instant. Hidden truths can either destroy or transform lives, and every choice leaves a mark. If you felt the tension, the longing, and the forbidden love as I did, you know how powerful each moment is. If you want to keep following these intense, dramatic stories full of twists, subscribe to the channel now and hit the notification bell, so you never miss a chapter of this forbidden romance.